So we're going to be getting underway here shortly. Your Clockers in their traditional white jerseys with blue letter numbers and trim. Their opponents, the Westwood Wolverines, in hunter green with white letters, numbers, and trim.
The fans at home, they can't see the work that you've put into preparing the rosters, and just a phenomenal job. I have to thank you.
I'll certainly want to thank head coach Jay Warren for helping me out with getting our hands on that Ashland roster and answering a few questions so that we're better informed bring this game here to you tonight. So we certainly appreciate having you join us here. We miss you here in the gym. Looking forward, hopefully, to days soon that we'll have spectators here. I know the outdoor sports, at least here in Ashland, will be getting two people per player be able to attend these games. So for football, at least, perhaps for track, be some good stuff.
And I know you do a lot of research. Did you happen to take a look at the records from last year? Do we know anything about them as far as the projected talent?
I have to be honest, I did not. One thing I did notice is even from last year to this year, the Clockers, a lot of upperclassmen. So last year it was 10 upperclassmen. It's that way this year as well. We have 3 juniors, 7 seniors on this year's roster for the Clocker volleyball team.
All right, great. I had the good fortune of announcing my first volleyball game last year as we get underway, watching a lot of the same players back, and quite the talented one, and we're about ready to go.
Yeah, we see. Obviously, we've seen the Marcy sisters now a couple times between basketball and volleyball. Good to see them.
This is definitely their sport. Basketball is their sport too, but I think they excel. They're a lot of fun to watch here.
Yeah, well, the Wolverines are going to start with the serve. That's Caitlin Dumais, one of the captains. Point goes to Ashland, so taking the early lead here, the Clockers, 1-0.
Good job, good set, spike.
Okay, just a reminder, folks, that we are using rally scoring, so a point will be scored for either team on every serve.
I see you did a little bit of history. That changed in 1999. I looked that up last night, too.
So Cece Loud, the first server for the Clockers. Got a good volley underway here. Cece Loud with a nice set, and the point, Taylor Simpson with the winning shot there. And Clockers will retain serve and go up 2-0. So Cece to serve again.
Cece, just a sophomore.
It's a good dig there by Yvette Easton of Westwood. Another nice dig by her #1 counterpart. But Maddie Klepper unable to make the play.
Yeah, Sneha Yadav. And what do they call the person who is that? The captain? Do they have? I forget the one that wears the special shirt.
Is that the libero?
It could be
the defensive specialist. Okay, serve underway. Okay, good hit there by the Clockers, and they get the point and the ball.
Ashland out to an early 3-1 lead.
A new server for the Clockers will be #7, Kendall Z. So it looks like we got a substitution here as Lauren Marcy comes in for Maddie Klepper.
Hey, I wonder if she might have been one of the people diving. I wonder. Nice. Touch the net, I guess.
Okay, I think one of the Marcy sisters got away with one. Her foot got over the line. I don't know if it's a violation if the whole foot goes over the line or just part of it. But she had a good part of that foot over the line, but no call. And that serve too hot to handle for the Wolverines. Point goes to the Clockers, who are now up 5-1. Kendall Z again to serve here for the Clockers. Found a great spot there, just out of the diving reach of Emily Liu for Westwood. Another point there for the Clockers, now up 6-1.
5 timeouts remaining.
Good to know for both teams,
Both
right?
teams.
Have to be wise with the time management. Okay, Westwood player there, I think that was Hermela Hale, lost the feel of the ball there and couldn't clear the net, so point goes to the Clockers, 7-1 now.
Kendall Z, one of the returning stars from last year as well.
She's got a really nice serve. Great spike by Westwood, they get the point. The front line for the Clockers right now, Claire Marcy, Cece Lab, and Taylor Simpson. Served by Westwood's Shelby McKim. And that one was out of bounds on Westwood. This looks like it's going to be Ashland ball. Ashland serve here, 8-2 now. They're up. And Sneva Yadav steps off. And it looks like Lily Schiller into the game for the first time. Here's Claire Marcy serving from the center of the court. Handled nicely by Westwood. And a little miscommunication there on the back line. It looked like Kendall was the one who probably should have gone for the dig there.
Yeah.
But ball hits the ground. 8-3 now. Westwood gets the serve, and that'll be Alexa Kritzer serving for Westwood.
I believe she's the one that just had that spike, semi-spike.
That ball drops in front of Lauren Marcy for the point for Westwood. Just a nicely well-placed serve.
Well placed over on the Ashland logo. It's kind of tough to see. Good strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So Westwood on a mini run here. Taking points. Cut the lead 8-4.
Yep. That serve is deep, but past Kendall again. Point for Westwood. It's now 8-5. So Alexa Kritzer with a nice run here at serve.
I'd like to see the mobile eye on that one. That they use for,
for tennis.
Tennis.
Yeah, I didn't think she touched it, and I thought it went out of bounds.
It looked a little deep.
That one hits the net, doesn't clear, so point for the Clockers, and they'll regain serve. 9-5, Clockers over Westwood. Yadav is back in the game now. And serving will be sophomore Taylor Simpson.
So
that's a nice dig there by Westwood. It's a little bit of trouble. Here's Marcy. She can't connect.
So these teams did face off 2 days ago, and it was a 3-0 win by Ashland.
Okay. So a clean sweep for the Clockers.
Yeah.
There's a dig by Simpson. Little piece of net, but it clears for Kendall. Kendall with a nice dig. There's the set and the spike over. There's a great dig.
By Amy Munzer.
Dig by Yadav. Spike by Marcy. It's too hot to handle, and it's going to go Ashland's way.
That was a great point on both sides.
That was probably the best volley of the night, Rob. Absolutely right. Some great plays on both sides. Digs, sets, and passes. Very well done.
Kendall Z hits that ball with some power.
Okay, Maddie Klepper back in now, and Lauren Marcy will sit down. It's Amy Munzer trying to dig and goes off the side of her hand and out of bounds. So point for the Clockers, 11-6 now. We're playing to 25, sets are to 25, Rob. Best 3 out of 5 for the night, for the match. So deep serve, but handled nicely by Westwood. It's a high dig. Good pass up and over. Yadav again with a nice dig. Nice recovery. Just a terrific volley here on both sides. And I think we're going to get a net violation there. Yep. Lily Schiller's hand hit the net on that play. But some great back and forth action on that one.
I feel bad that
somebody's
even
got to
worse
lose a
now,
point there.
well, that That and the fact that we don't have the fans here to watch this, because this is some quality play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're going to talk it over.
I think one pointed one way, one pointed the other. That's a tough angle, and again, with this faded yellow line, it's a little hard to tell. The point going to go to Ashland.
I think what he said was, I didn't have a clear, chance to overrule you. So.
Well, your side of the table, you've got a clear view of that conversation. I'm more screen. So here's Yadav with the serve. Hard serve. It's a high dig. They're able to recover. There's a good dig. Set. Oh, faking the set, instead takes it over the net for the point. Nicely played by CC Lab.
Yeah, that definitely threw off their timing. And
every once in a while, you got to make that play just to, keep the defense honest. And she caught him napping.
Good serve by Yadav.
She has some power.
Yes. That's why she wears the blue jersey.
Too many. I'm not sure if Kendall meant to put that over the net or she thought she had another pass to give.
I think that's exactly what it was.
So serving now for Westwood is Caitlin Dumais, one of the co-captains for Westwood. She's a senior and a lefty. Dig by Yadav. Set. Nice spike. That's trouble. Good recovery there by Easton. Still got the volley going here. Terrific hard spike by Marcy. Net's bouncing around a bit. I don't know what's going on.
And again, the off-speed semi-spike.
They're calling that one Westwood's way. I think Marcy got, that Lauren Marcy carried on that one. I think it was a little bit of a push instead of a hit. I think that's the ruling there. So 13-9 Ashland. Dumais retains serve. Backwards pass. Nice hard shot over the net. Nice try to play off the net. CC Lab couldn't quite get it to it. Team was a little disorganized on that volley. Wasn't as clean as some of the ones we've seen earlier, Rob.
Yeah, and the gap is down to 3.
Mm-hmm.
As Caitlin Dumais making good use of her serve.
I couldn't quite see the Westwood player that towered over CC.
Yeah, that was Shelby McKim, sophomore.
Man, they seem to have the momentum. That deficit is down to 2. The Clockers now retaining a small lead, 13-11. Dumais with the serve.
Interesting formation. They're almost stacked, like one behind each other from Westwood.
Well played. Lauren Marcy redeems herself. A nice spike.
Yeah,
too hard.
Yeah, too much power. Couldn't.
So 14-11. Serve returns to CC Lab.
Set it up for the sophomore again. Good save.
Marcy had a block and a nice save by a teammate there. Another deflection at the net. Oh, I love that angle play, and it worked.
Yeah.
Just beautifully set up, Rob.
Yeah, good composure. Realizing they had plenty of time. Yadav did a great job getting the ball under control.
So the Clocker front line right now, Kendall, Claire Marcy, and Taylor Simpson. CC with the serve.
Good decision by Easton to let that go.
You're on that back line and you kind of just hope you judged it right as it flies by, right?
Right. That's Emily Liu with the serve.
Clocker's not able to handle that one cleanly. Point goes to Westwood. It's back to a 2-point lead for the Clockers, 15-13.
Liu likes to get a nice running start, starting really deep behind the serve line. Couple steps.
Really good form on that running serve. It's a great setup, and Taylor had a nice hit on it, but Westwood blocked it, and the point goes to Westwood. Excuse me. It's a 1-point lead now, 15-14. It's a terrific first set for both teams.
So Lou on the serve, trying to even the match up.
Yeah, too deep, too deep. Point goes to Ashland, and they regain the serve. 16-14 now, as Kendall heads to the back line to serve. Okay, the coach, Coach Jay had been telling me in the email, one of the only differences in this COVID era for volleyball is that the girls are doing a lot of sanitizing, but every time they come in and out, there's a lot going on there.
And I think one of the other differences, I don't remember them wearing face masks last year, but that might just be, I only did one game, so my recollection might be off.
Somebody help me out. I got zinged hard on that one.
Shelby McKim with who served for Westwood. Oh, and a
beautiful
nice
touch.
job. Who was that? Was that
Cece?
Yeah.
Beautiful touch at the net. Deflected off a Westwood player and out of bounds. Ashland ball, 17-15. They're up.
Yeah, and it's like you pointed out before. It's not always hitting it hard. It's being able to control where you hit it.
As unfortunately Claire Marcy serves out of bounds. So just trying to get some momentum going here, but it's Westwood serve now. This is Alexa Kritzer. She had a nice run last time. Okay, nice dig by Kendall. Set by Cece. Over the net and blocked, but it's Westwood recovering. Clocker's in a bit of trouble, but they recover nicely. Get that ball over the net. That's all you want to do in that situation. Recover for a new set. Dow with a nice play there. Cross-court spike, answered by Westwood.
Dumais sets. Lou.
That's a deep spike and ball spinning, but recovered nicely by the Wolverines. This is making of a really nice volley.
A little deep.
Mental mistake there. Once she went to the underhand, just had to pull it back a little bit and too strong over the net. 17-17, tie game now.
Yeah, some great saves by Dumais, Easton, and Lou on the Westwood side to get the match back to even.
I think that's how Kritzer's last set of serves ended.
Yes, it did.
She, seems to be a terrific player, but if that serve could be a little more consistent, she could be a real weapon for this team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a nice serve, opening serve there by Taylor Simpson, sophomore. Point goes to Ashland. They're up now 19-17. As Rob, you almost got in on that play.
I know.
Close fist. Point goes to Westwood on that one, a play at the net.
Yeah, good job by McKim. Oh, excuse me, number 19, Christine Can. Did you ever play any volleyball in high school or middle school or backyard?
I was, backyard. I think the only volleyball I really played growing up was like an overnight camp, day camp, overnight camp. That transition from Newcomb to volleyball.
All right.
How about you, Rob?
Nah, just a little bit in gym get stuck in there for 4 weeks. But Simpson doing a good job with her serve.
Oh, diving attempt, but too far for Taylor.
21-18. Clocker's leading.
So, Rob, we can certainly later on during a break, we can touch on my career playing volleyball in co-ed Jewish sports.
Okay.
But that was like more in my 30s. Ooh, that's a tough play.
A little, I think she...
Yeah, she got led a little too far and got a net violation there on Lauren Marcy. She did what she could with that pass. There's really nowhere to go. She kind of caught there in a bad spot.
I was going to use the not playing volleyball excuse because of my height, but, I mean, there's a few players out here that are pretty talented, and they're about the same height as myself. So.
Right. I mean, I think when people think volleyball, all they think about are like those big hard hits at the net, spiking. Yeah. But there's so much more to this sport than that.
Yeah. A great job,
Terrific back and forth here. A spike by Marcy, answered by Westwood. Play at the net. Covered by Simpson. Big hit and out of bounds. So tough break for Kendall there. And a really nice volley with a spike out of bounds. So 21-20 now as Westwood takes control with the serve here. As soon as the ball turns up. Oh, There we go. Nice play by.
Do they have to check it like they do with the dice when they go off the table? Make sure it's the regulation ball?
I think in the COVID era, if this was soccer, that ball would have gotten replaced. But nice play by Connor Donovan to track that one down.
Hermela Haley.
Okay, nicely read by Ashland to let that one sail out of bounds. They're going to take the ball.
Do we know the pronunciation? Hermela, is it Hale or Haley for the co-captain?
I have not confirmed it. I'm going to go with Hale for now.
All right.
Follow the rules of English with that E on the end.
Sure.
Vowels, consonants, syllables, and so on.
Works for me. Maddie Klepper serving for Ashland. Lou with the set.
Another cross-court spike. Some tough plays there, and Westwood can't come up with it. Point goes to Ashland.
Yeah, just that power behind Kendall Z's shot.
That's funny, Rob. I feel like, in basketball, we were always doing math stuff, but here we're doing English.
Oh, yeah.
Kendall at the net, hard spike.
Oh, but she got a piece of it.
Okay. So I'm not sure if that was Amy Munzer. That ball went out of bounds off.
Yeah,
she may have been able to let that one go.
It was a little. She tried to pull back, but
kind
it was
of
a little
indecisive.
Late.
Yep. So here's match point, I believe, 24-20.
Yeah. That's Hale.
Nice dig there by Simpson. Kind of had to go track that one down for Cece.
Oh, nice recovery.
A nice back pass. Hard hit and in. That's the point, and the match goes to the Clockers. Match one, 25-20.
Was Westwood trying to fake them out? Were they kind of mini celebration, like it was in?
Maybe they were celebrating the end of the match. They're good sports.
Yeah. It's a competitive match, though.
So while we have this quick break between sets, I certainly want to thank our sponsors tonight. Today's sports coverage on WACA-TV, sponsored in part by Techniplex Flexibles, a globally integrated company focused on developing and manufacturing innovative packaging materials. The Ashland facility produces packaging for medical devices and essential products to help in the battle to treat and eliminate COVID-19.
Yes, new sponsor this year for the fall sports, and they're back for the fall too. And
so glad
great
to have
them on board.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And Rob, I'll let you do the honors with our other sponsor tonight. We certainly want to thank them as well.
We always want to thank these people for providing us, but Marathon Deli. What did you get tonight?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
You went with some Thai something.
Yeah, Thai chicken.
So, again, Marathon Deli, longtime sponsor for all of Ashland sports. Thank you for being there for us.
Yeah, so I was getting distracted by Connor. He's giving me some messaging about the West was a good team last year.
I thought they were. They're pretty. So it's good. He's like our stats guy. We were. I remember the first basketball game. I think it was. I think Chase, your son, was talking about, have you seen anybody dunk? And I hadn't, but Connor, and I forget the name again. I'm sure he'll be back in a second.
Right.
But he remembered there was an Ashland High student that he had seen dunk back in a game, probably like 2014 or 15.
It doesn't happen very much in this part of the world.
No.
this neck of the woods.
Yeah. But it's so funny that the Did You Know? We don't have a lot of time for the Did You Know, but that it was first played in Holyoke, 70 miles west of Ashland. But you have, in 1895, you have a lot of these stats, and I was kind of Googling. I think I took some snapshots online. of some different trivia because I didn't know what we'd talk about. But
Well,
the game's too
more
exciting.
The more important question, Rob, is there a fortune cookie tonight?
I have a couple.
Okay,
We'll do
good,
it at, if they use one of these 5 timeouts. We only have, there's 4 left. I have 2 fortune cookies.
Sounds good.
But I have some trivia. I'll hit you up on it, see if you... The average player, did you get that one? How many times in a game the average player jumps during a volleyball match?
I did not. Oh, that's a little too high over my head.
That's one for you almost.
Point for Ashland. They take the early lead again, 1-0.
Why don't you venture a guess? The average player
I would say the average player
in one game
in a set,
yeah,
like up to 25.
It says one game. Well, one game, I'm assuming like a match is what they meant.
I'm going to go with 30. 30 times a game. 30 times a match.
300.
Okay, so it must be.
So I think, yeah, again, maybe a 3-5 set match on average. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
that's a lot of jumping.
It is. And now that I'm watching it, I'm fixated. Some good back and forth here.
Nice back pass, spike, and they can't handle it. I don't know if they were expecting that play, that back pass to Simpson, and she did that cross-court spike.
Did you get, is that who?
Playing the ankles.
Is that who it was?
As far as I'm concerned, it was.
Because I see Lauren Politica's in there.
Yeah, first time tonight I've seen her.
Ashland goes out to a quick 2-0 lead. That one goes wide, off the hands of Kara McManus, the Westwood sophomore.
Yeah, we didn't have the angle there, but that's when we got to look to the refs to see how they're going to signal it. So Cece with a nice run here at serve to open up the second set. Oh, that's a tough dig.
And McManus redeems herself. Good for her.
So it looked like Taylor kind of looked up to her teammates as that ball was approaching the net. Wasn't sure how to play it.
It seemed like it had a lot of hang time,
yeah,
and that somebody should have been able to get to it. And now McManus, as always the case, the good play in the field, is now up at bat.
Caught the net, but over, and that counts. That's a point for Westwood. See, in my day, Rod, the ball hit the net on the serve, and it was out. But they've changed things up.
Was that just was that a camp roll, or was that all over the place?
That was always my experience.
Good read by Yadav to let that go along.
See, at camp, co-Jewish sports, yeah, serve hits the net, it's out. But not here at the MIAA.
And the Ashland sideline warning to keep their distance.
6 feet. So here's Lauren Politica serving for the first time tonight here in match 2. Ashland up 4-2.
And I think everybody's fine.
Sorry, set
with the warning to spread apart. You know, they're just happy to be out here playing. So whatever we gotta do, keep the ball rolling.
And that one does not clear the net, so point goes to Westwood, and they'll regain serve. So here's Shelby McKim serving for Westwood. Tough dig, but Cece can't handle it, and goes out, drops to the floor. So another point for Westwood. We got a tie game, 4-4. Shelby serving again for Westwood. Another tough serve, as Yadav couldn't quite handle that dig. Ball sails out of bounds. So for believe the first time tonight, Rob, Westwood has the lead now.
I believe
they're
that
up
is
5-4.
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay, so that hard serve, you don't. It's great when it clears the net, but tough when it doesn't. So
live by the serve, die by the serve.
Exactly. Well said, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. So Kaylee Cardosa here, a junior, serving for the first time tonight. Serves under the net.
Could be a little bit of nerves there, first time in the game.
Sure. Little cold coming off the bench. Didn't play in the first set.
This is Alexa Kritzer.
She's had a couple of nice runs tonight in the first set. A bit of a different serve this time, though.
Yeah, a little lob.
Terrific spike by Kendall. Yep. Got a nice pass, and she knew exactly what to do with it.
Yep.
Don't usually see it on those angles, those cross court. You don't see it go that close to the net so often, but she played that beautifully.
Yeah, good set all around. Easton.
Big block by Marcy.
They keep it alive. Oh.
And then it's not.
Little miscommunication between Gideon with her first action of the night.
Okay, Taylor Simpson serving for the Clockers. Too hot to handle as Amy Bunzer can't handle that one. Point for Ashland.
Yeah, normally sure-handed.
Taylor went right after her again. Handled it that time. Over the net. Still in bounds. Too far for Westwood. I'll let you get that one, Rob.
Thank you.
So out of bounds on Westwood. Clocker ball. And now suddenly what had been a deficit has turned into a lead for the Clockers. They're now up 8-6 here in the second set.
It's interesting. The Westwood player saved it. I think it was going way out of bounds. I think it threw everybody off.
Okay. Another great serve, by Taylor. Another point for Ashland, and we do have a timeout on the floor.
We have a timeout, so that gives us a little chance to do a little episode.
Gonna get your audio cue ready too?
Yeah. So means it's time for Who Needs a Fortune. This fortune goes out to it's going out to all the fall 2 sports teams. Dedicate this to them and hope they have a successful, fun-filled season. You read it.
And have the unusual experience of having the weather get warmer as they play rather than cooler. So tonight's fortune, compliments of Rob Silver. In life, it's good not to get too comfortable. And we were just talking about better weather. Maybe you shouldn't be getting too comfortable with the better weather.
Once again, in life, it's good not to get too comfortable. I mean, that's the nice thing about these fortunes. You can take it literally, you can take it figuratively.
Absolutely. As that one sails out of bounds off of Westwood, so this will still be Clocker ball. They're now up 10-6, so the timeout didn't seem to phase the Clockers too much. Maybe it was an attempt to break their momentum. A running spike by Westwood, answered by the Clockers. Off the net, Ashland side and out of bounds, so that'll go to Westwood.
It's almost like they were reading Z from her previous play, knew she was going to kind of
go shallow at the net.
Shallow at the net on the angle. They just read it.
She's going to have to mix it up.
Is that Athletic Director Stephen Marks? I thought he was coming over to tell me no eating in the gym. Nice set.
That's Stephen Marks, Athletic Director and photographer. And tweeter, by the way, social media maven.
Good job.
Big point by the Clockers. So 11-7 Clockers. Kendall Z serving now. Good hard serve dug out by Yvette Easton. Blocked by Lauren Politico and follows it up with a spike. Answered by Westwood. Clockers have a chance to set up a nice play here. Oh, yeah. And again, it worked out. So go ahead.
No, that was just a great strategy. You and I both thinking, okay, we got time to set it up, and instead of setting it on that one, she just faked everybody out and just dropped it right over.
It's the second time tonight that play's worked for Cece.
Yeah, we were both expecting different. Handled by Yadav.
Too hard.
Did she get a piece of it? She did.
They did, okay.
She did, so.
Caught a break.
Politica's having a nice little run here, and Kendall Z will step up to the service line.
Nice little burst of energy for the whole team being brought in by Lauren Politica. Didn't play the first set, but making her mark here in the second one. and wins that battle at the net. Another point courtesy of Lauren Politica.
Yeah, good patience, waiting for it to get to her side because it was really, really close.
So suddenly the Ashland lead is up 14-7. They're doubled up. Oh, that was a little too late on that hit, on that follow through, and ball hits the net out of bounds, and it'll go to Westwood. 14-8 Clockers. The serve now for Yvette Easton, who's really had a nice night tonight with a lot of terrific digs and catches a break there. As
the good players get those breaks.
She got a lot of net on that, but somehow the ball rolled over and down onto the Clocker side.
Ready to go.
Dig by Yadav. Set by Politica. Over. Westwood's turn to set something up. Blocked at the net.
That's McManus.
Yeah. Tough break. You got two players going up for the block, and if it gets past them, there's nobody behind. Close that distance. That one goes sailing out of bounds. It'll go Clocker way. So 15-10 now Clockers. And they have the serve. This will be Sneha Yadav serving for the Clockers. That's a deep serve, and it's too deep, as Easton read that one perfectly.
But it still looks good on the picture that Athletic.
I think we're going to have to advise Stephen Marks that social-friendly photos need to be landscape, not portrait.
Oh. I'm sure he's more than happy to let you take that responsibility.
Okay, Westwood scrambling a little bit on that play. A lot of ball at the net there. Goes Ashland's way, and their lead is now 16-11 as CC Lab heads to the baseline, the back row to serve. Dug out by Easton.
To Dumais.
CC Lab is the one who was on the receiving end of that spike, but she couldn't quite get it to a teammate. Falls out of bounds. 16-12 Westwood. Sorry, 16-12 Ashland. Point was for Westwood.
Both of the Westwood captains in on that play. Haley and Dumais.
And Kara McManus now serving. Okay, all of a sudden we're getting a rash of out-of-bounds serves. That one against Westwood, so Clocker ball, Clocker point. Lauren Politica back to serve her second time around this set.
Right on the line.
Looked like she took something off that serve too. Perfectly placed. So 18-12 Ashland now. We do want to thank folks who are tuning in after they caught the end of Mom on CW56. Good to have you with us here on WACA-TV. I'm Josh Abrams, joined by Rob Silver. You're watching Ashland Westwood Volleyball here on WACA-TV. Back set, nice, well played. After some confirming, I thought it was a nice play, but it goes Westwood's way. As a little conversation there between the rest to decide if that was out of bounds or not. Shelby McKim serving now, dug out by Yadav. Cece again catches them sleeping. She has really got that play down, Rob. Just a little touch shot over the net.
I'm gonna try and it wasn't online. I think it's pronounced LeBay, is what somebody. I'm trying to get confirmation on that.
Okay, I did check Google before the game, and I did get that pronunciation of libero, but I've now gotten two different corrections. One from Connor, and now this one you got online. So.
No, this is somebody texted me, but I'm not sure.
Okay, well, back to the action at hand. Clockers are up 20-13 and have the serve. This is Kaylee Cardosa serving.
Oh, a nice job.
Nice finesse play at the net by Marcy.
I'm wired in. I can't get up. I'll forever be grateful to Chase Abrams for that. The first game, he tried to chase down the basketball, forgetting that he had the headset on.
I think I just missed the cut on SportsCenter's top 10 that night.
Yeah, it was
Nice.
nice.
Good set and point there. Taylor Simpson with the spike.
Well, leads balloon to 9, 22-13.
Okay.
Yes, it is LeBay.
LeBay. Okay. Okay.
And you and I both pride ourselves on the pronunciation, and so anytime we can get the correct pronunciation for any player, we appreciate it.
We are not afraid to admit when we're wrong, Rob. We are humble announcers.
That is correct. Kritzer, probably their most effective server.
Absolutely. She's got a really nice touch. I don't know if that's going to pull the back line up a little bit, so they have a better shot at digging it out. We'll see how this plays. 22-15 now, Clockers. Okay, we've got a good volley going back and forth here. I think Lauren could have let that one go, but it get played and back over the net by the Clockers. Westwood had a miscommunication on the floor, and it cost them. Point goes to Ashland, 23-15 now. For the Wolverines.
Yadav with a set to Z.
Yadav with another set.
To Z again. This time it works.
The Westwood player was very well positioned, like anticipated the where that ball was going to go, but still couldn't handle it. Point goes to the Clockers, and they take set 2, 25-16. So they're now up 2-0. If they win the next one, that's it. 3 out of 5 tonight for the winner for the match. So while we have this timeout between sets, we're going to take a timeout ourselves. You're watching Ashland Girls Volleyball on WACA-TV.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Marathon Deli. Marathon Deli offers a full range of lunch and dinner items for dine-in or catering. Fine cold cuts, cheeses, and meats also available, in addition to specialty wraps such as the Mayflower wrap, as well as the Honey Bee wrap. They'll be sure to get your mouth watering. Serving Metro West for over 24 years, give them a call at 508-231-1859 or find them on the web at marathondeli.com.
And welcome back to Clockertown here on WACA-TV, Ashland, Massachusetts. Josh Abrams and Rob Silver here with you, calling tonight's Ashland-Westwood girls volleyball game. And Rob, it's been all Clockers so far.
It has been. Westwood in that second set got out to a decent start. Decent start. Had the lead probably up until, what, about 9-10 points. But then Ashland just poured it on.
Okay, so good sign here for the Clockers. They're up now 2-0. First team to 3 takes the match. So just waiting for the players to retake the court here momentarily. If you're just joining us, what took you so long? We're 2 sets in, but good to have you with us. We certainly miss you here in the gym. We certainly miss having the live audience, having the crowd reactions. But we're glad to have you with us here on WACA-TV.
Claire Marcy making nice with the judge. Doesn't hurt to be on the good side. Brought up very good upbringing, the Marcys.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier we'd certainly seen them during basketball season. Good to see them here playing volleyball as well. Hopefully they're enjoying their senior year.
Yeah, let's. We got a little bit different set up for Ashland. They're going to give Yadav a little rest, bring in
I see a Lily Schiller
Lily
out there.
Schiller. Kendall Z is in there. She's played a lot. Maddie Klepper.
I don't think we saw her,
Politico.
Maddie, in the second set.
No, they rotated her out. And then Cece LeBay. Personally, I love saying LeBay a lot better than Lab or whatever. And then
We have Lauren Politica out here as well. She came in the second set and really brought a good energy to the team.
and Claire Marcy. And then for Westwood right now, we have Kara McManus and Shelby McKim.
Meredith Doherty in the middle there.
And Captain Caitlin Dumais. Sophomore Yvette Easton, the libero, wearing the colored jersey. Libero.
So Lefty Dumais starting things off here for Westwood in set 3.
Marcy.
Terrific spike. Claire Marcy gets Clockers on the board first. It's been the name of the game here tonight,
Yeah.
Rob. First point goes to the Clockers in all 3 sets so far.
Yeah, well, she has a she gets to stay up an extra 10 minutes for every spike that she gets,
And that serve goes too
resulting
deep.
in a point. So.
Yep. Does she lose 10 minutes?
No, but she's already up to I think 9:30 tonight. Just on her normal bedtime. So this is McManus serving for Westwood,
That's a deep serve.
and Yadav already back in the game.
Okay, so out of bounds off of Westwood. Too deep on the serve, so point for the Clockers. They're up 2-1. Lauren Politica back to serve for the Clockers. So Yadav in, Schiller out.
Dumais with a set. Oh, unfortunate. Oh, Alexa Kritzer couldn't handle
Spiked it right into the net.
But we have Lawrence Stokes in the game for Westwood. I think that's her first action, number 11, the sophomore. And I think Lauren Politica is aiming for her.
Go after the young one.
Yeah. Good
That's
call.
where she went, but too deep.
But she read it. She read it perfect. Sometimes the best play is no play at all.
No play at all. The fortune cookie's really rubbing off on you. You've got a lot of wisdom tonight.
That's why I have so many followers.
A little touch shot over the net by Cece.
Dumais can.
Blocked at the net by Claire Marcy, but it fell on the Ashland side. Klepper couldn't make the play. So out of bounds, I don't know, the front line's getting a good laugh over there. I'm not sure what that's all about. Game's tied 3-3.
Shelby McKinn.
Right at the net, Cece gets it over. We got a net violation
Yeah.
on the Clockers.
When she turned her back to the net, her shoulder just clipped it a little bit.
Yeah, it's either that or her follow through that she clipped it. Yep. So point goes to Westwood, and serving now Shelby McKim. Dig by Yahav. Set by Cece. Spike works. Point for Maddie Klepper. So nice ball movement by the Clockers, and they tie the game 4-4. And it looks like we're going to get Claire Marcy heading to the back to serve for the Clockers. So your front line right now is...
She hasn't served much, has she?
No.
How do they work that? Does everyone get in the rotation?
I think, with the substitutions and so on, I'm not sure exactly how that all works out. But you generally have the Marcys up on the front line, not on the back. So, but that configuration seemed to work. Point goes to the Clockers.
Get this one. All right, I'm gonna keep this.
You could handle that speed?
Right. So that's part of the coaching strategy, rotating in and out as the server rotates into position.
Okay, so Claire sits down. And coming in to serve was Taylor Simpson, but she served it right into the net. So 5-5 now. Tie game.
Yeah, and Simpson's out, and Claire tried to come back in, but
A lot of confusing substitutions going on right now.
there's so much more to this game than people realize.
Yep. The deep ball played by the Ashland. Quick
That
one over the net by, I believe that was Lily Schiller.
It went wide.
Okay, so 6-5 now Westwood. And Alexa Kritzer back to serve now for Westwood.
Oh, nice
Lauren got
recovery.
caught. She got caught sleeping a little bit on her heels.
Yeah, good recovery, and Christine Can just.
You know, on the initial serve, it looked like Kendall almost reached right in front of Lauren to make that play. So just a little bit of confusion, a little bit of unsureness, if you will.
Yeah, I didn't have a good view, but it looked a little awkward.
Okay, Lauren makes this play cleanly. Ball goes over to Klepper. The big spike. It's going deep and heading right our way now and out of bounds. Oh, and you deflected it away from me.
You know,
We got to get. We're in early season form too. We got to.
Exactly.
We got to get better coordinated on our plays. So out of bounds off of Westwood. This will be Clocker ball.
not to mention, I think I pulled the pectoral muscle stretching for that.
You still have pectoral muscles? I'm not sure I do.
Right, that's a good point. I pulled something. I don't know what it was. Good dig by Westwood to keep it alive.
That ball's going right over the net. Yep.
Dumais.
Another nice dig by Ashland. Spike there, answered. Right at the net. Cece gets it over, deflected around. Still Westwood keeps it alive. Another spike and a dig. Another nice set. Lauren gets it over the net, right at the net. This is one of the longer volleys we've seen, certainly in this set.
Yeah. Dart. And Doherty.
Well placed.
Yeah,
Well
that's
placed.
number 17, Meredith Doherty, the junior. She had a couple good spikes there, but some great back and forth action.
Absolutely. I don't fault Kendall at all. I mean, she made a diving play, but I wouldn't say she was out of position. I think that ball was just really, really well placed.
And Doherty is now serving.
I think even if that ball hadn't dropped on the Westwood side, it would have been called net against Westwood. So one way or another, that was going to be an Ashland point. 8-7, Westwood with the lead right now, but Clockers with the serve. Kendall Z doing the honors. Another nice dig by Easton. She's having a great game back there.
Oh, nice save by
I don't know how they stopped that spike. That's deep and out.
Yeah, a little too much zip on that one.
Tell you, Lauren had a terrific spike back there, and I couldn't see from my angle. I don't know how they answered it, but they did. But eventually went Clocker way. So tie game now, 8-8 here in set 3. Clocker's up 2-0. Terrific, terrific serve there by Kendall. Oh, Rob, do you know, what's that called? If a serve hits the ground without touching a player, is that an ace?
I don't know if they call it an ace
Yeah.
here, but I was admiring Kendall Z's, the speed in that. Maybe look up one of my trivia questions. The fastest serve ever was clocked at how many miles an hour in volleyball?
I'll say 75.
Good guess, 81.84.
Okay.
You were in the range. I would have given that to you. +8, plus or minus 8.
So I'm having some conversation about where. I don't think they're scoring a point on that play. I think
We got to get the radar gun. Go in there and get maybe the. They probably have one for the baseball.
Sure. Get a jugs gun in here.
Is Coach Warren not happy right now?
I think he might not be happy because there was no point awarded, I think, on that last play, and he thought it should have gone the Ashland way. But Ashland gets that point. They're up 11-8 now.
Yeah.
And Kendall seems to have some good momentum. She got a really consistent serve going right now for the Clockers.
5 points in a row. Dumais, the can. Oh, a little overruled by the net judge.
Okay, so that point's going to Clockers. Okay.
Now 6 in a row.
So 12-8 now. Clockers on a terrific run. Kendall Z leading the way with the terrific serve. That one's heading out of bounds.
Yeah.
Another point. You got to think at some point that Westwood's going to use one of those 5 timeouts.
Can't take them with you. Oh, that had a nice spin on it.
Yeah. Oh, she knows it too. Kendall knows she should have put her hand out to try and play that one. It would have sailed out of bounds. But she had a terrific run as a serve.
Yeah, it's just so instinctual to go and try and save it.
So Easton back to serve.
The libero for Westwood. Good serve.
She did that again. She did that the last set too.
Painting the tape.
Yep.
She knows exactly what she's doing.
I didn't notice that she was like, trying out the net during practice to see how much give it had.
Ooh,
that one sailed out of bounds. So good decision there by Yadav. Clockers get the serve. They're up 14-10 now here in set 3.
Lily Schiller takes a seat, and it's Claire Marcy. See if she can add 10 more minutes to her at that time. Oh, that was deep, but Easton decided to play it.
So they can play that off the backboard, huh?
Wow, a lot of confusion there.
Yeah.
It's like the Tampa Bay.
Right, like the catwalks at Tropicana
Exactly.
Field. It's a great analogy. Not quite enough. As much as the net has been favoring Westwood tonight on serves, it has not been a friend to the Clockers. So 15-11 now here in set 3. Caitlin Dumais, the lefty, co-captain, senior, here to serve for Westwood. Dig by Yadav, set by Cece, over to Lauren. Hard spike, it's kept it in somehow. Oh, okay,
no, that was definitely long.
Like Garcia deflected off of a Westwood player. So point is going to go to Ashland here, 16-11. Just want to take a quick moment here to say thank you again to our sponsors, Techniplex and Marathon Deli. We appreciate your support. We ask fans to certainly patronize those businesses. As Clocker serve sails out of bounds, 16-12 now.
Poetic justice there.
Karma, if you will.
Yes, that too.
At what point do you think Claire Marcy's conversation with the ref is going to come into play here?
I think it did on that non-deflection that they called the deflection.
Nice play by Maddie Klepper. Another cross-court spike for the point. 17-12 Clockers.
I mean, if I was Westwood, I'd take a timeout and just kind of try and regroup.
That's what I mean, Clockers just seem to have a lot of momentum. The Westwood team really seems to be scrambling a bit right now. I would take the timeout as well, just to reset, catch a breath.
Easton sets to Dumais.
Deflected at the net. Cece has it. One more to get it over. They made it. Westwood resetting here.
Doherty.
Able to split the defense there, right between Klepper and Marcy for the point.
That's the junior Doherty. She's been effective from that spot on the court. Okay. And Shelby McKim.
The hard dribble into the serve.
Drops one, but Yadav grabs it.
Deflected at the net, played here by the Clockers. Oh, tough play, tough angle, and she caught that red and white stripe pole there at the top, the out of bounds marker. That goes out of, you touch that, it's out of bounds. So 17-14 now Clockers. Shelby McKim again with the serve for Westwood.
Oh, a little too much topspin.
Tough time for the friendly net for the betrayal. 18-14 Clockers. As Yadav sits down and Lily Schiller re-enters the game. And Claire Marcy to serve.
We'll see if Claire Marcy can serve out the match. She'll need 7 in a row. Easton to Dumais.
Soft touch. Found that hole in the middle. 18-15 Clockers. Westwood going to serve here. It's Alexa Kritzer. She's been tough all night for the Clockers. little give and go. And caught him
Beautifully
out. Yep.
placed by Z.
She caught Alexa in a bad spot there and just found the corner. Nice clean shot. So 19-15. And it looks like Klepper's going to be the one serving now for the Clockers. Your front line, Lily, Kendall, and Cece for the Clockers. A little trouble here for Westwood.
And they couldn't recover.
Nope. So
An uncharacteristic mishit by Easton led to that.
okay, so the
Collapse.
Clockers up 20-15 now. They're up 2-0. So if they can finish it here, we all go home early.
I'm certainly rooting for the Clockers, but I would not be upset if Westwood pulled this out. We went one more set. This is quite enjoyable.
I know you're a Red Sox fan. I'm a little surprised to hear you have that mentality. Point for the Clockers, 21-15. After that miraculous comeback by the Sox against the Yankees, you know, like don't let us win just one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not what
But I did,
Kevin Millar
so
said.
I ordered the Mayflower
Okay.
from Marathon Deli, so I
Good.
don't have to worry about it being hot or cold, so we can go an extra.
Sure. Now I'm gonna take that Thai chicken wrap, throw it right in the microwave when I get home, heat it up a little bit. It's even better. It's good cold. It's even better hot. 21-16 Clockers now.
You know what I had at Marathon Deli? I went there a couple nights ago. A chef salad. Quite the generous portion of meat and cheese on that thing.
They certainly don't skimp on anything they serve.
Oh.
Did you see what I did there, by the way? That they serve
Oh,
when you're doing a
there you go.
volleyball game.
Wow.
Point goes to Ashland,
God.
22-16.
You lobbed that one right into my wheelhouse, and I could have spiked it, put it away, and I didn't. Sorry.
Kendall Z serving here, and she had a nice run earlier in this set. Westwood still having trouble with her serve. Another point for the Clockers, 23-16 now, as we approach match point.
Kendall's had about, I think that's about 8 points now. Oh, great serve
She
there.
is feeling it. She is in the zone right now. Another terrific serve for Kendall, and we are at game point here, 24-16.
I mean, if she doesn't put it away,
Clockers with a chance to have back-to-back sweeps
very surprised.
against Westwood.
see if she goes for the ace. Good dig by
She
Easton.
went right after their best player. Look at that. Nice play right at the net, all the way around.
Politica
Couldn't get much on that one.
to DeMay. Easton.
Right into the net. And that's your ball game. Clockers take the final set, 25-16. And they sweep Westwood.
And no handshakes, just friendly
Just a
waves.
Friendly wave goodbye.
And what do they? Do they bow? Do they? What do we do?
I think there's a little bit of confusion on the court all around.
I think they have to space out and. Oh, spreading out, yes.
So while the teams wave goodbye in an act of good sportsmanship, Rob, what are your 3 keys to the game?
By the way, Westwood won the waving goodbye. That was keys to the game. Kendall Z, just quite a force, you know, serving. But it just seemed like Ashland was a little more seasoned just overall.
They do have all those upperclassmen on the roster.
Communication, you know, on the Westwood side seemed to be a little bit
shaky.
unsure of themselves.
Sure.
You know, maybe some younger players. But
Yeah, no, I mean, this Ashland club looked very good all around in all facets of the game. Good communication for the most part. I mean, obviously, it's still very early in the Fall 2 season for them. You know, certainly some room for improvement, but very impressive showing here.
Yeah. And what about us? What do you think? Do you want to critique us now, or should we do
I
that
think we'll
later?
leave that to the commenters.
No.
But
But it's you know, just a really entertaining game.
okay, so just looking ahead here on the WACA, the WACA-TV broadcast schedule, Rob, you and I are going to be back here Tuesday night as Ashland hosts the Hopkinton Hillers. Game time at 5:30 here at the gym in Ashland High School. We'll be back a week later, March 23rd, Ashland Holliston, also a 5:30 game. And then our final broadcast of the season will be Tuesday, April 6th, as Ashland hosts Midfield.
And we also got some, we're going to sneak a football game in there. We're going to head out to Westwood, and Todd Carter, one of the old veterans from WACA-TV.
Sure.
I work right in Wellesley. I'm 10 minutes away from Westwood, so I'm going to sneak over and do that game. But then we have our first home football game coming up. What was that? You're doing that with me, right?
I'm actually not. I will be the PA announcer.
So
we'll
we are going
be
to
on the
PA.
box.
All right, good. Well, I'll see you there. So.
And Chase will be working a camera for that game.
Awesome. Yeah, so we're going to have a lot of sports coverage. We're going to cover some JV football as well, and I think we're even going to get a freshman game in there. So.
And by the way, Chase and I will be back here on WACA tomorrow night, swim meet.
But not in the gym.
Not in the gym. They tried it, but nope. We're going to be out at the Atkinson Pool in Sudbury, Ashland Holliston swim meet. Tomorrow afternoon, game time, the meet starts at 4:30.
Excellent. All right, great.
So, but again, just wrapping up here tonight, focusing on volleyball. Ashland sweeps Westwood 3-0. They take the match. And back-to-back sweeps, Ashland over Westwood. A nice start to the season for the Clockers. So for Rob Silver, I'm Josh Abrams saying thank you so much for watching tonight here on WACA-TV.